Cold fall has come and we are tearing up the garden today. Hang out with us today on Apex Acres and see how this garden will transform from a dead garden to one that is ready to be put to bed for the winter. So as you can see, all the beds are dead. Dead. The Swiss chard was one of the last ones to hold out, but it too is past its date. So we're going to be going through and taking everything out and then mulching the top on Tuesday, which is in a couple days, to keep everything protected through the winter. Now I will show you, and I was totally shocked about this. We've had temperatures that were below 0 with wind chill. And this bed has two kinds of lettuces in it. Kale, another kale, and carrots. And it all survived because I had it covered with this frost cloth, which I'm totally shocked. I totally expected everything to be ruined all the way through. So what we're going to do today is we're going to harvest a bunch of our lettuces, and that's probably going to be it. We can hope that the kale is going to grow and do a little better. Same with the carrots, but I think it's just going to be too cold too soon this year to really get anything out of that. What are you doing, Gabe?
Medieval torture.
I thought we were supposed to be putting the tomato cages up.
Oh. Yeah, I am stuck.
Yeah, I thought you'd be stuck. Well, I think it's about time for a baby goat break. Time to head back over to the garden and finish putting some mulch down. Now in our garden beds, we are doing kind of a chop it and drop it method. There are different ways of doing this. We pretty much, on some of them, we've cut the plants down, kind of dug a trench in the middle of the garden bed and then buried it with dirt. Some of the others, we've chopped the plants up and then we're putting some mulch over the top. Not a heavy layer, but just a good enough layer to create protection for the dirt and hoping it'll compost down. Now, I've seen this talked about on other YouTube videos. One was M.I. Gardner. His was the one talking about digging a trench and then covering that up with dirt. So we're going to try a couple that way, and then we're going to try a couple my way with the mulch and see what happens. But this is purely an experiment. I don't know if it's actually going to work or if we're going to end up with a whole lot more weeds than we started with. So I guess we won't really know till next year, but time to get it finished up. So proud of Gabe, my little organizer. He stacked up all my pots and tools and things on my bench, stacked up all the buckets. Good job, bud.
Thank you.
He also decided to hang my hanging pots in my trellises to keep them safe for the winter. Not sure how well that's going to work, but we'll see. It's not like they stack very well anyway, so we've got one more wheelbarrow of mulch coming in. Once we get it laid out, then it's time to chop the wood. These two beds, this is, like I said, I'm trying out putting just a thin layer of mulch over the top of the plants that we pulled out. Some of them kind of got flipped up, but they'll break down over the winter, and then this should all be ready in the spring. So yeah, not too bad. Over here we have beds covered up with dirty bedding from when the baby goats were in the bathroom. We brought all that hay with the goat manure out on here and put it on the beds, and it'll break down over the winter. We still need to clean out the chicken coop and get that out here and applied to the beds so it can overwinter as well, but we're going to save that for another day. We have laundry to fold and wood to chop. Okay, as I've said before, we have a wood burning stove that we use to heat our house, but our log splitter that we usually use is not working. So we sent it in to have it worked on to a small engine repair shop in the next town over. So now we have to split wood by hand, which
It's fun.
oh Lord, it's ridiculous. Watch. Now for those of you that have, be smart guys, be smart. For those of you that have kids in real life, you know how they act. I see all these kids on other YouTube channels and they're so well behaved. Maybe they clip out the rough stuff, but I'm gonna just let you see what they do, because they are just rotten and ornery and have axes in their hands, and it's crazy. So we've got Gabe on the left and Maddie on the right.
Not balanced.
And we are going to try to split some wood. Gabe, I think that one's as small as it's gonna get. It's small enough, bud.
No, it's not.
It's small enough, bud. Put it in the wheelbarrow.
It's not working. Ah, my shorts.
So a lot of this stuff has knots in it, or like where a limb came out of the side of the tree, and it just doesn't want to split well. It's just breaking into pieces. Plus it doesn't help. We can't hardly hit the piece of wood. This is our pile, or our wheelbarrow full of wood that we're taking up to the house. But see what I mean? A lot of them are really gnarly pieces like this. So it just doesn't split. It doesn't want to split well at all. Now if we had our wood splitter, it would split a whole lot better. But you know, we don't have it, so we have to do the best with what we've got. But as long as we have small enough pieces for like kindling, we'll be just fine with getting a fire started. And then we can throw the really naughty, nasty stuff on top and it'll continue to burn.
You're cool. No, not that piece. Let me cut one, Maddie.
All right, Gabe, you got a piece, you got a block behind you that you can split on. Oh, almost. I'd say we get a good split about every, what do you think, Maddie? About every 6 swings?
Yeah.
We get a good split. This is definitely not, oh, he split a little bit off. Good job, Gabe. This is definitely not an efficient way for us to split wood. Good try, Gabe. All right, let's see if she's got it. Oh, she did it! Woohoo! Good job, Maddie. Well, as you can see, log splitting is not our forte, but we'll do the best that we can and get a fire going for tonight and enough for a fire tomorrow. And we'll try again tomorrow with some other kids, see if our other 2 might do a better job than these 2. Y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you for watching Apex Acres. All right, Maddie thinks it's going to be a cool idea to crack an egg on her forehead. Now remember, this is a cold from the refrigerator egg. So let's see how this goes for her, guys.
Ready?
She's making chocolate chip cookies. Let's do it.
I'm scared.
Come on, if you think you got this. I've already told her that this is probably not the smartest idea, but she thinks it's going to be neat. So here we go.
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
I'm scared.
God.
It didn't hurt.
She's precious.
Stop.
Just so y'all know.